Welcome back. It is Wednesday, April 12th in the NBA. My two favorite picks are on the way. We got two winner go home games. Bulls versus Raptors, Thunder versus Pelicans. I got to pick in each of these coming your guys' way. Now, yesterday, I did a separate video for each play-in game. Today, I'm just going to combine them into one. But let's recap how yesterday's picks did. I wasn't 0-2 today. I'm not going to hide from it. The plays just didn't hit. Trae Young had a great first half. I think 25 PRAs in the first half. Ended with 40, so barely went over. And Austin Reeves, look, he had his chances. He had 15 points plus assists. He played 39 minutes, shot 13 times, just shot 30% from the field. Nothing we can do there. We're not going to, forget and just pretend like the plays didn't happen. They just didn't hit. We're going to move on and keep it going. If you are new, my name's Austin. Welcome to the Call on Our Shot channel. We do these videos every single day. We also do a daily MLB video, which we're up over 8 units so far this season. If you want to go check it out, it's posted right before this one. Go check it out. We've been doing really well, and we're only like 2 weeks into the year. Now, let's move on to this play that I'm going to actually start with the Thunder Pelicans game, and we'll go to an under. Now, it's not for this guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but if this is his last game, I wanted to at least show him some appreciation for a great year. But we are going to count on him to do his thing because we're taking Jonas Valanciunas under 26.5 points plus rebounds, -115 on FanDuel. Now, this line's going to change. If it does go down to 24.5, I'd probably play it there. In my opinion, you're going to see Valanciunas either end with like 15 to 22-ish points plus rebounds or 30 plus. I just think this line is either he's going to destroy it or he's going to go way under it. And if you want to take his PRA line, I don't mind PRAs either. I'll mention a couple assist stats, even though we're just taking points plus rebounds. But the difference was only one today between the points plus rebounds and PRA line. So I took points plus rebounds, but obviously the difference is 2 or 3. Maybe you want to lean towards taking the PRA line instead of the points plus rebounds. Individual line, I probably lean towards his points, probably the most, but you understand why I'm combining them. Now, this season has been an okay one for Valanciunas. Not a career year, not his worst year of all time, but this year, 14.1 points per game, 10.2 rebounds per game. That's 24.3 points plus rebounds, well below what he needs today. Now, he has averaged 1.8 assists per game during that time span, so if you are taking the PRA under, that's the assist for you. But in terms of the PRs, in his last 25 games, whether you had 25.5 or 26.5, still under this in 14 of his last 25 games. So he's gone under more often than he went over, which is good. We want to take that. And even though if Jonas Valanciunas was hitting the over 90% of the time, I still like the under here because of the matchup here. Now, in 4 games versus OKC, the Valanciunas went under in all 4. He had 18, 17, 22, and 17 points plus rebounds going under at all of them, and not even get really particularly close. Now, I'll put up his minutes on the screen and how he played him and how many minutes in those games. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's talk about how the Thunder are going to play basketball today, and they're going to play a small lineup that's very versatile. Jalen Williams, the one LIN, they have 2 Jalen Williams, the one that they start at center. He'll start at the 5, a guy that can stretch the floor, but also a guy that's pretty good on his feet, and he's very mobile. So you're going to see a guy like Jonas Valanciunas get put in some tough positions here. And that's what I think Valanciunas, maybe this matchup isn't great for him, and that's what it has been all year long. Now, the Thunder probably going to spam Valanciunas into some pick and rolls and make him defend SGA coming and attacking the hoop. Look, SGA is one of the best guys that not only get into the hoop, laying it in, getting to the free throw line, getting Jonas Valanciunas into foul trouble, or just facilitating to his teammates and putting the Pelicans defense in a tough spot. And I look at guys like Larry Nance Jr., who is questionable today, imagine he plays, or a guy like Jackson Hayes as better defenders here in this spot, guys that can move their feet a little bit better than Valanciunas, who's kind of, he's in one spot, not going to move all too well, not going to contest too well if you get right past him. So I look at those guys to step up, and maybe we see Valanciunas see limited minutes today, which is good for me, but he also could get into foul trouble, which we've seen time and time again with a guy like SGA attacking the hoop. But we've seen in these 4 games versus OKC this year, you've seen the minutes not be there. 20, 27, 25, and 16 minutes. Some of those games included no Zion Williamson, who's out today. Also, one of them included no Larry Nance Jr., who could be out today, but I imagine he plays. And so we've seen Valanciunas go under this line, 26.5 points plus rebounds in 18 of his last 25 games when he sees less than 27 minutes. Now, there's a chance he plays 35 minutes today and we just got this read wrong. Then we're going to need a miracle for him to go under. But there's also a chance he sees 15 to 20 minutes, and that's way less than 27. So I just don't see this as a big game for Valanciunas where they need him involved there. He's arguably become the 4th option on offense behind Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, and now that Trey Murphy's coming on real strong. So I look at a guy like Valanciunas. I don't know if he gets a ton of field goal attempts. I think the Thunder probably double him when he comes into the post and make a guy like Herb Jones knock down some 3-pointers. So I just don't see the recipe. I mean, sure, Valanciunas can be efficient with his time, but he's capable of getting into foul trouble. We've seen that time and time again. He's not necessarily going to have a ton of field goal attempt volume, and while he was banking on a ton of rebounds, now it's the postseason. Everyone's going to be going for those rebounds because you can't just be like, Valanciunas has got it. Now everyone on defense got to go get those rebounds. You don't want to give the Thunder a second chance. So I just don't like Valanciunas today. I'm going to take his under 26.5 points plus rebounds. Like I said, I think he either soars under or soars over this. I don't think there's either way around it, but I'm going to be fading Valanciunas. Hopefully SGA can go get him into foul trouble, or we see a big game from Larry Nance Jr., or maybe potentially Jackson Hayes plays meaningful minutes off the bench. I just don't see a big recipe or big role for him today in this matchup, just given how the Thunder play. We've seen the Thunder just a couple weeks ago. They made the Clippers go really small. Zubac and Mason Plumlee didn't play a lot of minutes, and those guys can move their feet just as well, if not better, than a guy like Valanciunas. Give me his under. Now, as for my second play, we'll go to the earlier game where we're talking about the Bulls and Raptors, and then I'll give my lean as to who I think wins both of these games in a second. But I'm going to go to the bankroll builder. You guys have been asking for it, and I'm going to do one in this game because I don't love any of their player prop lines exactly for the regular ones, but we're doing this. It's a 4-leg same game parlay. We're on FanDuel. Pascal Siakam 15 plus points, Nikola Vucevic 15 plus points, OG Anunoby 10 plus points, and Scotty Barnes 10 plus points. You're getting this at plus 101 on FanDuel. Sure, I'll take the plus money. Now, for the DraftKings users that don't have 15 plus for Pascal, just get rid of him. I really want to trust him for 18, and I probably, if you want to add your own leg, go for it, but I've not trusted for Pascal Siakam to get 18 points. Just don't want to do that. I like these lines where they are at for their players. Probably wouldn't go up much higher for any of them. Now, let's talk about the obvious. This is obviously a must-win game. So you could talk about Valanciunas earlier. This is a must-win game. They're going to play their best players, their best minutes, but also, I'm pretty confident these 4 players are going to play 35 or more minutes unless this game's a 50-point blowout, which it probably won't be that. So we're going to see these guys play a lot of minutes. We know OG Anunoby, one of the best defenders in the league. He's going to be needed out there. Scotty Barnes, a good facilitator for that second lineup. He's going to be out there. Good defender. Pascal Siakam, very good defender as well. They need him out there for scoring. And Nikola Vucevic, pretty much they're on the big man. They're not going to want to play Andre Drummond in a meaningful game like this. So I think we're going to see these 4 guys out there for a lot of time. And let's talk about exactly why I like them. All just score. We're not asking for rebounds or assists. I feel like those can be a little bit fluky when you get to the playoffs. I like, and technically this isn't the playoffs, it's a play-in game, but let's talk about why I like this. And we'll start with Scotty Barnes. Now, Barnes has hurt us this season, no way around that, but he has had 10 plus points in 21 of his last 25. A couple of his recent games he didn't get there, but those were weird minutes at the end of the season. He has 10 plus points in 24 of his last 25 with 35 plus minutes in this season versus the Chicago Bulls. 19, 5, and 11. Now the 5 is like, all right, well, that's the Scotty we know, but like he's gonna play a lot of minutes. The 5 was a game he only played 30 minutes in, and if he can avoid foul trouble, which I think he can today, should get advantageous spots. He's not going to be defended. They probably play Patrick Williams a good amount to guard to Pascal Siakam, so maybe Barnes sees DeMar DeRozan or one of those guys, maybe DeMar DeRozan probably defensively, and I think he'll take advantage of that size matchup. I think Barnes is going to want to be aggressive, try to get DeRozan into foul trouble. That would give the Raptors a better chance at winning. So Scotty, get us 10. I know you can do that. Now, as for OG Anunoby, actually come on really strong recently, but 10 plus points in 7 straight for Chicago and 10 plus in 16 of his last 19. Like I said, he's going to play probably almost the most minutes out of any Raptor today, assuming he avoids foul trouble, because he's their best defender, best perimeter defender, and he's also been really quietly good on the offensive side of the court, getting a lot of field goal attempts. So they can get you 10 points today. I think that's pretty somewhat explanatory. He's going to play a lot of minutes. He should get his shot attempts. I don't see a big night from Van Vliet coming. So I think Mr. Anunoby can luck into 10 points. Whether it's not his night or someone else's night, he can get you 10 points. And then the last Toronto Raptor is Pascal Siakam. Now his line's like 23.5, I think, for points. Really wouldn't want to touch that. I think that's pretty sharp, but I think he get you 15. Now he's going to play a lot of minutes, shoot the ball a lot, get to the free throw line and do his thing. 15 plus in 20 of his last 25. Sure, he can be suspect some nights where he has 0 points at halftime, but he's had 25, 22, and 20 in his last 3 versus Chicago. I don't love their matchup for defending him. Patrick Williams, decent defender, but their defense is going to be trying to double him when he's driving, but I don't think they really want to double him off the shooters that they have on the outside. So I think a guy like Pascal's going to shoot enough. He can get this wall shooting terribly from the field. Hopefully it's not a terrible shooting night. Hopefully it's a 50%, 40% type night. He should be able to get us 15 points. And then the one you could argue is probably the most suspect one. It's going to be Nikola Vucevic. But I like Vucevic's matchup here because we know the Raptors are a team that always doubles the opposing team's #1 option. So DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, they'll have their work cut out for him. But I think a guy like Vooch has the best matchup here. Like I said, Drummond off the bench, probably don't want to play that all too much. So I think a guy like Vucevic has a good matchup here. He has 15 plus points in 16 of his last 25, but 15 plus in 11 straight versus Toronto. He's going to go up against Pirtle. He's going to have offensive rebound chances because Pirtle tries to block almost any drive into the hoop. But not only that, I think Pirtle, a guy like Valanciunas, can't move his feet all too well. So you'll see Vucevic, if they're trying to trap the ball handler, Vooch is going to have his open looks. He's going to have his open threes, open jump shots to take. We just need him to knock down some shots. I don't mind his regular line. I honestly think Vooch was almost my play for the regular in terms of taking his over in points, but I think he can get us 15. I know it sounds crazy. He's normally a shoe-in for 10. I think he can get us another 5 points to get us to 15. I think Vooch is a good shot. So we're out at that bankroll builder, plus 101, just 4 guys to score the basketball, 2 people at 10, and then 2 guys at 15. I think you're capable. Whether this is a high-scoring game or a very low-scoring game, I think they can get that done. So finally, we'll wrap up the video. Who do I think wins? Now, I think someone's going to pull off an upset tonight. Now, if I had to put my money on anyone, and I'm not saying put your money on this, I lean the Raptors to win and the Thunder to win. Now, I honestly, if I could send home both the Bulls and Raptors and just have one of the Thunder or Pelicans go to the Eastern Conference, I'd do that. I hate betting props on both the Bulls and the Raptors. So either way, whoever wins in that game, I'm hoping they lose the next game. I think that's on Thursday or Friday. As for the Raptors or the other game, Thunder Pelicans, the Pelicans always seem to be a very good home underdog. As a home favorite, I don't know. I think this Thunder team can match up well with them. And I don't know. It feels like someone's pulling off an upset tonight. I would lean towards the Thunder. They're a young team. I've overachieved this year, but they are a team that's been playing well pretty much all season long. They play well as an underdog, and they got the talent. SGA can go out there and score against any of them, and against anyone in the league. I think the Thunder can match up decently against Ingram, and then you're counting on McCollum, who's really had games struggling. Trey Murphy, I would lean towards the Thunder if I had to bet them, but like I said, I don't really bet a lot of games, so that's just my leans. Hopefully you guys have a great night watching these games. Let me know your favorite plays down below in the comments, and we'll be back again for some more picks tomorrow in the MLB. I don't think there's any NBA games on, but either way, the content's not stopping. Let's keep it going. Have a great night. Let's go 2-0. Let's win back some of our units. I'll see you guys back again tomorrow. Peace out.